Hello, ladies and germs. We are back with the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are. Today, we have to escape from some apes.
Of course!
For 1,000 years I lay dormant. Who dares disturb my... Oh, it's you, Kevin.
Hey.
So, I don't remember what we were doing last time.
So, last time, Gizmo was beating the crap out of us at this.
Yes. I will have to relearn the controls for this here game.
Okay.
Were we on New Friesland? No, we were not. We were in Frosty Retreat, were we not? I was.
You're still there.
Man, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I was on Frosty Retreat last time I left off, but the thing is that I kind of decided that I wanted to go 100% in a couple of these since I wasn't going to get close to whatever, or however many of these things Gizmo has gotten.
Alright.
So, I'm going to continue that near the ice area, in the hopes that this will lead me to a gadget that I might be able to get. Capture 6 of the monkeys.
To a place
Monkey! Return the monkey!
Can you take me higher? To a place with golden streams.
Okay, so...
Rotate while flying to jump a greater distance.
Ow! Fucker. So...
Okay. Guide with the left stick. Skyflyer can be used while jumping.
Nice.
Little bastard.
Fly with me. Ow! Skyflyer is turning can fly longer by rotating the stick, but I've already been doing that. I thought that was what I was supposed to do. I have to capture 6 monkeys.
Shit.
What do you mean, the monkeys?
Hey, we're monkeys. And people say we monkey around. But we're too busy singing to put anybody down.
Okay.
This ain't exactly Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys.
Jesus. I'm reminded of that Space Chimps commercial. The one that goes like, "Oh, I am done, I am strong. No one wants to sing along."
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're not alone there, buddy. Fuck, it was too late.
Oh boy.
Back here.
I am so
fuck.
glad I never saw that movie.
Eat my fucking out.
I have like literally. I didn't really have much to say about all of them.
Game over.
I knew it existed.
No, Alex, you're not doing it right. You gotta say it like this.
Game over,
yeah!
I would kind of prefer to do it like how M. Bison did it. Yeah. Over.
Great!
Game over.
Get in
So
here, you
how
little
was everybody's
shit.
4th of July?
I saw I saw Jurassic World.
Nice. I have not yet seen Jurassic World. I've been intending to, but I have not had time.
Okay, so Alex, if you care about spoilers, I'm not gonna spoil it. Yeah.
I presume the dinosaurs ate some people.
Oh, Quetzalcoatl definitely did. Like
Quetzalcoatl, yeah, Quetzalcoatlus is it's like the
largest,
biggest.
The biggest
Yeah,
the biggest is avian in the biggest prehistoric avian to have ever lived. And keep in mind,
Capture monkey.
Keep in mind, Quetzalcoatlus is, you know, a reptile.
Big fucking avian bird.
It can't really be a bird because that would imply it has feathers.
Question here: would you rather see the previously scientifically accurate dinosaurs in movies, or today's scientific accurate dinosaurs in movies? Nah, you're a minority.
Why am I a minority?
They do not look as cool as when we previously thought they were reptiles. They're literally, oh well, they're birds. Cool. Let me just stick to my reptile T-Rex, thank you. They're like, oh well, it's scientifically accurate. You think I fucking care? They look better, and they look better when you make them into a movie monster. You think I'm afraid of KFC?
Yes.
God damn it!
Then you're a vegan.
Okay, only one of us.
Fucking hell!
Okay, Gizmo. Only one of us could be remotely accused of being
there we
vegan.
go.
And the one
my dinner consisted of whey protein powder. I just wanted to make sure I beat those allegations.
Yeah. That's exactly why I said the only one of us that could be theoretically accused of being vegan.
Eat your damn hot dog.
No.
I'm getting really sick.
Yeah.
Fucking spacecraft.
So yeah, to once again summarize a premise of the new Jurassic World movie. Holy fucking shit, it's a dinosaur. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Oh my fucking god. Fucking dinosaur. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Ooh, nice.
Fuck T-posing to assert dominance. Spin attack to assert dominance.
Okay, so...
Ah!
God
damn it!
So yeah, ScarJo and Mahershala Ali are in this.
Yeah. Black Widow and maybe Blade.
And Prowler.
And Prowler. Yeah.
Oh wow,
There's only one Blade. There's only ever gonna be one Blade.
Wow.
There's only been one Blade. There's only ever gonna be one Blade.
Well, that bird is just straight up being a dick.
Video game or an animated series.
I know.
So...
Or a fan movie. Or a cosplayer.
So, Gizmo, what would you say is your... As we were talking about Digimon earlier, what would you say is your favorite series?
What the fuck is going on here?
From that franchise?
First, third, and the one where they transform into Digimon.
Oh, like
I don't
Frontier.
like Frontiers.
The one that's very Saint Seiya, where they take on the form of said Digimons.
You know, I could understand and the appeal of it if it were, you know.
I remember how people keep asking for Saint Seiya in America, and then it keeps failing.
Well, that's because that's because it's the wrong America. It's South America that's been asking for it.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Didn't
there
they
was
try
a
to do
time.
I guess I don't have to go back and get everything.
There was a
No,
time
Saint
when
Seiya was...
Famicom-
Yeah, Saint Seiya? Yeah, did you say Saint Seiya?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saint Seiya.
Yeah,
Saint
they
Seiya
tr-
doesn't do too well in the United States.
But they try. And they even, like...
I know they
try. Knights of the Zodiac.
Oh, I know they try. It's
And
just
Which
Yeah,
I think is a cooler name than Saint
every
Seiya.
time Oh yeah, but every time somebody tries to dub it or release it in America, it always winds up.
That's because
it
they
always winds
up somehow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, like the Discotheque release was pretty good, but the people just didn't buy it.
Yeah, there was a time where...
That's probably because they didn't know about it.
I don't know. It was marketed fairly well.
Fairly well? Are you sure about that?
I mean,
yeah,
it's like Disco. It's like, well, they didn't do the whole series. They did a bunch of the movies as a test dub. Sorry, as a test release. Because, like, hey, it's really expensive to do like a whole season. Let's do 4 movies and see if there's a demand for it. And the first batch was, I think the first batch is still in stock. Like, it hasn't sold.
Huh. Damn monkey.
That's racist.
See what I got for you here.
Should damn paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
Yeah, there was a time where ADV did attempt to do the dub for it.
Yeah, I think that was the Knights of the Zodiac dub with Bowling for Soup's cover of A Flock of Seagulls.
Better than what it was. That intro was better than what happened.
Select button and go to recommend again. Select.
That intro was better than what it was.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
I'm not knocking it. I like that song. It's very odd as a choice.
Actually, no. There's like 3 different English dubs. So Knights of the Zodiac edited. DVD and TV dub by Deep/Kaleidoscope. 2003 to 2004.
It was weirder when they kept on trying to Americanize all these anime. Sailor Moon, Gundam, Knights of the Zodiac was originally going to be Guardians of the Cosmos.
Oh,
Gundam, I can see Gundam being, you know, giant robots.
Gundam literally has an American Gundam, in G Gundam.
Established that. But I'm talking legitimately turning the MC's name into, you know, Michael Douglas or something like that.
That name?
I don't know. That's the most American name I could think of right now.
The most American name?
Right now.
Actually, yeah, so
well, I mean, Michael Douglas has actually officially retired from acting and is not coming back.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, him. Michael Douglas. No, Michael Douglas,
Hank?
the actor. Yeah.
Yeah, Hank Pym.
Yeah. Hey, guess who else retired from acting?
The guy from The Office?
No. I was about to say Evangeline Lilly.
Who?
Wasp.
The Wasp.
Oh, what?
Also
really?
Tariel from Lord of the Rings.
Well, the Hobbit.
Well, the Hobbit, but yeah.
It's not like she's 90. Like, well, come on.
Yeah, but the thing is,
everybody who is like, I expect to see Michelle Pfeiffer and Paul Rudd retiring from acting soon too.
Well, let's just say that Evangeline Lilly has not been well received in terms of her opinions on things like Gina Carano.
Well, she's also. I presume she's also sick of Marvel's bullshit. Did you see the new release? Fucking hell. The newly released behind the scenes image of Isaiah Bradley in the Patriot costume.
I was
what
like,
the fuck? That wasn't in the movie.
Ow.
Speaking of, Saint Seiya had 3 different dubs. The one from Deke that only did the first 40 episodes, but ADV did an uncut dub that was the first 60 episodes, and well, Netflix dub done by Sentai. I don't know how many episodes they did.
I still find it weird. I still find it weird how Sentai Works does separate dubs for home release stuff.
Yeah.
enough, as opposed to just, you know, letting the Netflix dub get in there. It's not like they did the same thing for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because the only dub of JoJo that exists is the Bang Zoom dub.
Yeah.
I'm morbidly curious how they would have pulled off Guardians of the Cosmos if they actually gotten the full support they hoped for.
At the very least, say what you will about the Viz Media dub of Gizmo, at the very least, they managed to dub everything.
Yeah.
And it took like 2 different dubs for like back then, and to get to through like the first 4 seasons of Sailor Moon.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
And then
people are messed up about it.
And then the 5th season, and then the 5th season ends up never getting a dub.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Until Viz ended up dubbing it, and I have to say, Sailor Stars is actually pretty solid. It's just, you know,
the best cousins in the world.
They kind of butchered the storyline in the anime, because in the manga, Galaxia is a very different beast.
Yeah.
She is not nearly as sympathetic in the anime as she is.
Manga.
She's not nearly as sympathetic in the she wasn't nearly sympathetic at all in the manga. On the anime, they tried to make her sympathetic, and it's like, yeah, not a lot of people like that. And some people did get on the Viz Dub's case with Carrie Karanin's initial performance as Galaxia. And then I'm guessing because there was something going on with the voice direction on that one. Not that she's a bad casting choice. No, she is an excellent casting choice. I really like that idea. Like, hell, I told my older sister who was a fan of Sailor Moon, that Carrie Karanin in voice of Casca was in was the villain Galaxia, and she was like, ooh. And they did make up for the voice direction for the dub of the movie adaptations of the Sailor Star story, which is interesting. Oh, hello. I presume I'll be needing you. Come here.
Ozzy Osbourne retired.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
He's having he and Black Sabbath are having their farewell tour.
Too bad I never got so much to participate.
Not so much tour. It was one live performance in their hometown of Birmingham.
Yeah, they were selling tickets for that.
But man, they went out on a high note there.
Yeah, at least people are fans of fucking Black Sabbath, unlike, you know, Taylor Swift, who was like, I like her. Why do you listen to her music? No, and shut the fuck up. Even then, her music sucks.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they booed her when they showed her on the Titantron in the damn fucking Super Bowl game of all things.
The heck?
Yeah, so what happened was, I think it was like I think it was the Super Bowl, and what happened was, instead of aiming the camera at like a random fan or some other celebrity, they decided to aim it at Taylor Swift. Instead of cheers, everyone just booed her.
Wow.
That just shows you how much they're sick of hearing and seeing Taylor Swift everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whiny bitch.
I vaguely remember something
Never
similar.
date that woman.
Oh dear God, no.
Why would I want to?
Do you want to have an album written about you?
No.
I ask you again, why would I want to date her?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, but she's pretty. Compared to who?
So,
Any other reasons, sir? I mean, simp? Simp number 1 and simp number 2? I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh, sneaky.
I just remember I saw this one video where a bunch of people were booing at Joe Biden showing up to a baseball game.
Well, that's different. People are with political stuff. It can be stupid just because, you know, just because they.
Yeah.
Oh well, they exist. I must hate on them because, you know, feminist number 83 on YouTube told me to do it.
Yeah, the funny thing is that speaking of some political bullshit, let's keep in mind that, once again, from what I've seen on social media, Mark Hamill still wants to be the most miserable fucking thing alive.
Oh, that's just love.
Why can't he just shut the fuck up and, like, maybe make himself and everybody else a little bit happier?
And not only that, but he ended up releasing that suggestion for a
For the Star Wars sequels is like,
that is blatant commentary on supposedly irresponsible gun owners.
Oh,
And I'm like,
it's a motivation.
yeah, it's a motivation, not the motivation.
Like, I'm just saying, in terms of, it is a degree better than what Rian Johnson came up with.
No.
It is a single degree better than him trying to murder his nephew in his sleep.
Oh,
Here's
God.
Granted.
Sometimes I feel like he needs to. I feel like he needs to shut up sometimes.
Yes.
Him, Steve Bloom, and many others.
Oh yes.
Because we can't forget that Steve Bloom is also on that nonsense. He's drinking too much of the Kool-Aid.
You know, I got an ad for something that said it was a fatigue prevention or a fatigue relieving bracelet, and my thought was, unless it's made out of pure cocaine, I don't see how it could possibly.
Turns out it was made by Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown.
Oh.
Hey, Mr. Police Up! Oh!
What the fuck?
A reference.
It's Metalocalypse.
Fucking monkey.
So I believe we also have a couple of deaths to address. Rest in peace.
Yes.
Is Michael Madsen.
Oh my
Yes.
god, damn.
That one hurt. Like, I get that he was... Like, look, I get that
Apparently,
that he wasn't exactly the best human being out there, because, well, his arrests kind of speak for themselves, but a lot of people loved him in stuff like Kill Bill.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he was great in Reservoir Dogs.
Yep. I also knew him for Mogrim from Chronicles of Narnia.
All rolls. Okay.
Hey, let's put it this way, Gizmo. Out of every British or Irish accent in Liam Neeson's case,
God damn it! How do I dive?
The raspy American accent is bound
You
to
press
sound.
down the stick.
Yeah, you gotta
push down.
Yeah, you gotta push down the stick, Alex.
Oh, you use L3
Yep.
or R3. L3.
L3.
L3. Okay.
R3 is for some of the other stuff. So, But yeah, Gizmo. Oh, in all seriousness, it's like you got all of these actors and actresses who are very much British, and then you have Michael Madsen, who is, you know, American. And it's like, yeah, that is one of the more jarringly easy to identify voices, especially considering his voice is very well known. Which, by the way, yeah, as after Lord of the Rings, we are intending on watching the Chronicles of Narnia films done by Disney and Disney.
What?
Monkey.
Ow! Bitch.
Bingo.
So.
Bingo.
And then we also lost 2005's Dr. Doom.
Yeah, he was only 56.
Yeah, he was 10 years younger than Michael Madsen.
Did he have a drug problem that I didn't know about? Like,
no. So Michael Madsen was in kind of bad shape. Apparently, I think he had some kind of disease. He's what's his name? Is Julian something or other?
Julian McMahon.
Julian McMahon had cancer. That's what I was thinking. Because yeah.
Come on.
Didn't know
And
that.
the ring doesn't even last that long.
It's a shame. I thought he was a very good Doctor Doom.
He was the first. He was the first Doctor Doom I ever heard.
First live action Doom for me.
Well, I ever saw, but yeah.
Well, at the very least, it was still better than what's his face?
Van Forstick?
Yeah.
Toby Kebbell could have been a good Doctor Doom.
Yes.
He couldn't have, because the way he was acting, people were suggesting he was more of an nihilist than he was a Doctor Doom.
No, I'm saying Toby Kebbell as an actor could be a good Doctor Doom. Toby Kebbell is not a bad actor. Toby Kebbell could have pulled off the actual Dr. Victor Von Doom.
Yeah, there's a difference between could and would, though.
And the thing is that Toby Kebbell is also the mocap actor for Kong.
King Kong, yes.
Specifically the MonsterVerse version.
Yes.
Get rid of that monkey.
Gotcha, you son of a bitch.
Okay.
Bridge made of ice ahead. Get over as quickly as you can.
You gotta use the
spin ring.
Yeah.
Snowman just jumped on me.
Are you still
Ate
there?
your cookie. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm in a different level.
Yeah, I'm on the same level that Alex is currently at. I know, Gizmo. Oh, trust me.
Ah, fuck.
Trust me, this is certainly a feeling for me.
Is this gonna kill me or is it gonna launch me up in the air? It's gonna kill me. Okay.
So, and in Kill Bill, he was the only man that Bill ever loved.
Yes.
Okay.
Which was
Walk off, monkey boy.
Which was, Bud.
Oh shit.
Ah.
I didn't even see him.
Alright, what am I getting now? Oh, another rival battle.
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Bad there wasn't,
This is
you
just
know,
you
enough of
and
those.
me.
Bring it on,
Follow
you son of
me.
a bitch.
First to the goal wins.
On your mark.
Best man
Yes.
wins.
Welcome to New Friesland.
Compete with me, Ash Ketchum. Wait, no, hold on.
Were you ready to battle Ass Ketchum?
Oh no, he just said ass. Are you ready
I
to
know, I
battle
was like-
ass? I thought that was funny.
God damn it.
Are you ready to battle ass?
You know, the funny thing, I remember when,
Fucking monkey. Oh, use a smart ass.
I remember-
Monkey.
I remember when Some Call Me Johnny was doing,
I'm going for it.
Pokemon on Crystal, and he ends up getting to naming the rival, and then Ted's like, so what are you gonna name this ass? He then proceeds to name him exactly what Ted described him as.
Yes.
Bingo!
And bingo was, or may in fact not be, his name though.
Yeah.
Cool.
Terry Bogard. Bingo! Whenever he does running tackle. I think it was like 2002 when I first heard it. I was like, that's so weird for me hearing Terry going from rising tackle to bingo.
Rising Bingo!
Beat up! Chick back! Take it easy!
Fuck!
You are dead!
Stand up.
Passageway is
Gotta
blocked
try
by an
it.
ice column.
Trying
Hey,
this
come on.
again.
Come-
He is the big one.
I am.
Bust the wolf.
Are you okay? Bust your wall.
Monkeys. Oh, right, that's the one on the computer. I'm a computer.
Hey kid, I'm a computer. Quit downloading.
I still don't know which one do you think is more which meme guy from Fatal Fury is more quotable. Well, Terry or predictable.
It is a
I'm going for it.
Terry for me.
What about you, Gizmo?
Harry.
So you're saying Terry is more quotable than Geese Howard?
Harry.
The most American weeb to grace the SNK universe.
Yep.
Repookin!
Double Repookin. Predictable.
And I will just say this, if you play KOF 98, he has one of the funniest death screams.
Apparently I can't kill the polar bear, but that's okay.
It almost sounds like he's just accidentally stubbed his toe. Oops.
Oh, no. That's not where I wanted you to go.
I would say Street Fighter 1's voice acting is, well, it doesn't even feel like voice acting.
Street Fighter 1 has voice acting?
I'm going for it.
Yeah,
Vaguely.
it's the same guy. It goes, okay, baby.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it.
What's right? But don't forget there are many powerful warriors all over the world.
Or ABGN's translation, wah 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 wah. I'm like, when did Charlie Brown's teacher become a character in Street Fighter?
You know
I
that
think
little...
one of my I think one of
Come
my
on. Ah, god damn it!
I think one of my favorite
Fuck.
bits in the Thorgy's arcade
away from
retrospective
me.
for
I'm going for it.
Street Fighter had to have been the part where he gets to
Fucking hate ice levels.
Better than underwater levels.
No, they're not.
No.
Yes, they are.
I have to
No,
agree
they're
with
not.
Alex. No, they're not better than an underwater levels.
Yes, they are.
So,
Hey, fuck you,
You were saying regarding about Thorgy?
fuck you, ape.
I think one of my favorite bits from Thorgy's Street Fighter video, was the part where he ends up talking about the old
Let's go!
control scheme for Street Fighter 1.
Oh, I know what you mean. There were like two different cabinets. There was like the one
Yes,
with
the pressure-sensitive one and the one with the buttons.
And-
Yeah.
And he
really
uses a
wanna
clip-
see-
And he uses a clip from Dragon Ball Z. He's specifically the one where Vegeta destroys the punching machine.
Yes.
He didn't demonstrate
that
why
one.
the pressure-sensitive one was a terrible, terrible idea.
And you want to know the craziest thing? When the game got ported over to the PC Engine / TurboGrafx 16, they ended up adopting that control scheme for that port of the game.
Why? Why
The
would
PS2
you do
was the
that?
first the PS2
So what
was
it
the
is-
first console that would have been able to pull that off.
So how it works is that if you hold a button for a certain amount of time, it releases like a medium or a heavy attack. Sort of
Yeah.
similar to how what was it? World Heroes did it, I think.
Yeah, I think so, because what's weird is that Art of Fighting did something similar, but you had to like press some weird combination of buttons to get like the medium or heavy attack or something like that.
Aren't we all? And meanwhile, I'm stuck fighting this rival character because I keep falling when I'm not supposed to.
Dumbass.
I'm
Let's
just running
go!
past polar bears. Using polar bears as bowling balls.
Yeah, you gotta hit him
Polar
with a
bears.
stun baton.
Yeah, I'm
Bowls,
playing
bowls,
polar
bowls,
bears.
Bowls.
Although, thankfully Thorgy ended up reminding me of one of my favorite KO quotes from Street Fighter 4. My fight buddy!
I wonder if they're gonna make 50 Cent say that in the Street Fighter movie.
They better.
Oh god, I have zero faith in that upcoming movie.
Let's
Hey,
go!
they got some good casting choices, unlike the other Street Fighter movies projects and the released Street Fighter movies that have been
White-
going on for the last 20
White
years.
Chun-Li and Irish Bison.
And Black Eyed Peas member as Vega.
Oh, dude,
Okay.
Taboo was a good casting choice as Vega.
For looks, sure, but for everything else,
Okay, so you want to know what influenced the casting choice of Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile?
also remember Vega's Spaniard, so
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I was
so
gonna say, hey,
based off of Thorgy's retrospective on Street Fighter,
Let's go!
or he was talking about how Capcom had a huge influence on a lot of the casting choices for Street Fighter or the movie. You know, one of those being Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, and the reason why they ended up picking him was because, well, obviously he could pull off the moves, but then the director brought up his dialect, to which then, and Capcom was like, what accent?
I remember that.
I know! Oh, I'm like, I've seen Jean-Claude Van Damme in movies. He has a very thick accent. And it turns out the reason why they
Let's
don't know
go!
the accent is because they watch all of his movies dubbed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's like,
Although
like,
I
what?
would really question how, though that's really questionable, because if you don't even bother watching it in the original language, how are you supposed to know how he really sounds like?
Yeah.
They just, I can imagine that they thought that my name is Jean-Claude Van Damme. I speak like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're gonna send that son of a bitch Bison back where he came from.
Bison, you're off air.
Bison, your ass is mine.
That's only in the Street Fighter 2 animated movie.
Change the channel.
Quick, change the channel.
The
Evacuate.
power is yours.
Bison yelling, evacuate at once.
So, just like the idea. And then, of course, even though they were supposed to try to contain the cast down, Capcom kept trying to insist repeatedly that they add other characters into the movie, giving them
Don't
very
you know
bizarre
we need
roles.
more characters?
Ryu and Ken
Like-
for some reason. Yeah.
I really hope they find.
Nah.
I really hope that someone finds like the files for the fucking Shane Long character that was supposed to be in there.
What's funny
Oh,
is that some people
so-
said it was a mistranslation or something.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I know
that's
the origin of the Shane Long April Fool's thing, but they were legitimately going to add a Shane Long character into the Street
Yeah.
Fighter the movie, the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was-
but that
Well, there was a that was their mentor character in Street Fighter 2, Assassin, whatever the hell the Machinima
that's
series,
Goken.
right?
That's Goken.
no, Goki
So,
is
the-
you're thinking of Goken.
No,
Alright,
so
you're
it is
right. It was
Shenlong
Goken.
Shenlong is literally
The
just a
Rising
character.
Dragon.
Shenlong is a Chinese translation for the Shoryuken, so people
Yes.
but people didn't know that, so they immediately thought that Shenlong was an actual character that Ryu was talking about, so they decided to like so like guys like GamePro decided to like poke fun at it by saying, hey, well, if you play the whole game without being hit and all perfects, and then go to the
Boom!
final boss, you know, and do this and that, and get a high score of this, then you'll be able to fight Shenlong instead of Akuma, and as well as instead of Bison. And guess what the name was that the supposed person was named when they gave that information.
I'll go
W.A.
Who?
Stokens.
anytime you
Oh
want.
wow.
Waste
So,
tokens.
Yes, exactly the joke.
It's even more amusing how in the Super Nintendo, I believe Sega Genesis ports, they changed the translation to be "You must defeat my Dragon Punch to stand a chance." I believe, yeah.
You must defeat my Shoryuken and stand a chance.
Spike, we finally located Spectre. We don't know his exact whereabouts, but he's hiding somewhere within the period of the dawn of civilization. His army is growing stronger and larger, and he's finalizing his plans for taking over the new world.
Yeah, so I ended up learning that, you know, the reason why Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting was created was because I think David Winstead, I believe, played like a bootlegged version of Street Fighter 2 called Rainbow Edition or Koryu.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
so-
hearing about Rainbow Edition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Street Fighter Rainbow Edition. That when Screw Attack back in the day actually made a parody of Reading Rainbow and singing about instead Street Fighter Rainbow.
yeah.
Blanca shoots, Sonic booms, Street Fighter Rainbow.
But one of the notable, like, the Street Fighter 2 Koryu edition that I played, like, if you do, like, a light or medium Dragon Punch with Ryu, he will just shoot multiple fireballs at once.
Yep.
Multiple, and, no, but, like, the medium does, like, a homing fireball.
That was the beauty.
Yeah, that is, like, legit one of the best ways you can cheese the game. Or
So now,
unless you're...
Gizmo, now I'm at the same general area that you're in.
Or unless you're a fucking masochist and want to break your hands by spamming Sonic Boom with Guile.
Sonic
Boom.
Boom.
Who the hell is Guile?
Boom.
That's what people called him back in the day when Street Fighter 2 came out in the arcades.
But they say his name clear as day in the game though.
Guile wins.
Guile wins.
Fatality!
Or in Ultra Street Fighter 2's case, Ace and and presumably David Vincent's voice, Guile, win!
Oh no!
Oh man.
There he is. Get over
Sonic
here, little-
Boom!
Yeah,
Sonic
I get the feeling I didn't play that level as intended, but fuck it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, now I've got a... Excuse me. Now I've got a gladiator attack.
yep, now you gotta fight your rival. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum, bum bum.
Now,
Fists will
fight your
fly at this
rival.
location. I think many of us would agree that Jameson Price was one of the best announcers for Street Fighter.
Prefer the original Street Fighter 4 announcer.
He didn't have nearly as much energy as literal Iron Tager.
I don't know. I kind of like the mellowed out sound that the announcer had.
Yeah, but it doesn't get you pumped, man.
But it sounds very ominous and mysterious.
That's what I get for
though.
trying to be-
Like it. I kind of like that.
That's what I get for trying to be clever.
So,
No, that's just how it is.
for you, yes.
Capcom vs. SNK2's announcer. Live and let by. Fight!
See, that
Live and let die!
Or
Wow, the first
Oof.
attack.
go for broke.
Oh, the Alpha 3 announcer was pretty goated.
It's showtime. Go for
It's-
it, man.
Face it straight.
nobody blink, go for it. And then you suddenly see two little Macs just us doing the best auras as imaginable.
It's showtime. Go for it, man.
Let's fight.
Let's party. Face it straight.
Come here, you stupid monkey. Gotcha, you son of a bitch. Ow! Ow, 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 ow.
Well, shit.
So, I have to be honest. It's like, I kind of. There were times where I kind of liked Thorgy's build a roster or thing, but I still am quite bitter about his choices for Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching through his KOF wish list of characters he wanted to see in 15, and I'm like, I think some of these are at least a bit reasonable. I think it was Kim Kafwan,
I will never understand why he felt the need to say oh, we can't have Steve Rogers, so instead we'll have.
He explained it in the video.
Yeah, but that's a guaranteed way to kill your game for sure. Because general audiences are going to expect Steve Rogers when it comes to playing as Captain America, not Sam nowadays Mary Sue Wilson. Note that I say nowadays Mary Sue because back then he used to be cool, but now he's
Remember
just
back
cool.
when Sam used to be a good character, now he sucks at everything?
Yep.
How does Sam Wilson own the trademark to the Avengers name? Riddle me this, Batman.
Batman's like, I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know why you ask me.
Because you should know everything. You've solved my
Because you're the
riddles.
world's greatest. You're the world's greatest detective.
I solve mysteries by punching them in the face. you not
Oh
see
god
my
damn it,
track
what
record?
use are you?
Because I'm Batman.
I like how this guy always takes the outside path.
So Gizmo. Oh. Oh.
No.
What do you?
Fuck.
How do you feel about the character of Impmon?
He's there.
I'm like, really? So he's just there for you?
He's fine.
I kind of like Impmon's. I kind of like parts of Impmon's attitude where he's like, "Fight me!" I'm like, "No."
Okay, Vegeta.
Be like,
Fucker already won.
Yeah.
Both of my thumbsticks are getting scarred up by this. Fuck you, Jake.
Oh man.
Yeah.
At that point, you
it's
might
fine.
as well get a controller with Hall Effect.
Oh, I have two. I have two extra game pads.
This watch is gonna be a controller where it has three joysticks.
Dude, I said they needed to do
fuck.
that 10 years ago. No, I said they needed to do that like 15 years ago.
Son of a bitch.
Alex, let me just tell you that there's a bit in Arkham Asylum where you'll be like, "Where's the fifth? Where's the third or control stick game?"
Yeah.
One of my
Kingdom
That is-
Come Deliverance is like that.
This bites.
ow, this sucks.
Or it's like the game is clearly made to be played with either a Wii remote or a third joystick.
Okay. Hey, so to explain what that is there's a bit in Arkham Asylum where essentially you try where essentially you're navigating through the third Scarecrow segment, and this was something I was doing during my streaming of that game a while ago, before we formed this group. So, in that segment, and it's like, you're playing briefly as the Joker, and then you get to... Ow.
Cowabunga.
Oh no!
Ow. Fuck. This sucks. Game over, yeah.
What's the matter, human? Can't beat a bunch of apes?
They just need to have
Oh,
a restart for these races.
Gonna rewind.
James Gunn today said that Superman doesn't need to make $700 million to be a success.
I am
Shut up.
unconvinced.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that seems like massive copium to me.
It really does, especially considering its competition just grossed, say...
$300 million opening weekend?
Yep! And...
$100 million in the US alone.
Yep! And I'm like, so, Mr. Pew Pew, how do you feel about that?
How do you like them apples, Jimmy?
Yeah, and here's the thing. James claims this, and yet, and his film needs to be
Oh no!
be record-breaking.
What the heck?
No!
Finally.
You did great.
These courses are engineered to give the player as much advantage as possible, and yet I keep fucking up.
Yeah. That's what I was going through, Alex.
What? Where'd my double jump go?
Did you press R1 twice?
Yeah, I did.
R2.
Oh, no, it's R1.
It's both, technically.
Let's go!
You can do either one.
Well, anyway. Hey, so...
So, yeah, people have done the math, right? And between the $360-some million budget that the film has, that they reported, plus an additional $200 million in marketing at least, plus the between 50 and 60% take that the theaters have, and that's at least $700 million for just the, God damn it. Don't tell me my right... No, it's working now. Ah, for fuck's sake. No! God damn it!
So...
Fuck it. God.
So yeah, James Gunn has yet to convince me of anything being remotely truthful, and he and Zack Snyder were featured in an episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, we need to watch that.
James Gunn.
That's when that picture of the two of them was taken.
Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! No, 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 no. Rewind time, baby. So I'm judging based on what I was hearing over Gizmo's gameplay. He's at the final thing, isn't he?
No.
Sounds like you are. What is this, Scooby-Doo?
What's the Scooby? It's this. We're coming after you.
Finally.
Come on, come on, come on, come on!
What is
not?
What is not all the Scooberts Dooberts?
Scoobert dee-doo. They fucked that up in the Scoob movie.
So...
Oh, hello, monkey. You like the jungle gyms, monkey?
Okay, but I won.
You'll get out of the jungle gym, monkey. I'm clever enough to buy some. Come here. I'm clever enough to buy some. I'm clever enough to buy some. Oh, there he is. Dumbass.
You know who was the character that they picked for the rival battle, all with our protagonist of Ape Escape?
Who?
Yes, Parappa the Rapper.
Yes. You gotta believe, man. You didn't believe hard enough, bitch.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Medieval Mayhem, Sushi Temple. Oh, is that all? He's only hiding somewhere in the dawn of civilization. I must capture 7 monkeys.
Does anybody...
What in hell? I forgot about that thing.
Hey. We'll let the Eggman bots in here.
Something funny on Twitter. Something happened. Something funny happened on Twitter. So, someone was so there was a tweet going around where they reminded people that Halle Berry was in a role in a Flintstones movie.
Yeah.
And basically said, just a reminder that Halle Berry played as in the Flintstones movie. And then Halle Berry responded to that, basically saying, lol, that was actually the first time I had to play a role like that. I thought that was kind of adorable.
Yeah.
It is.
I have more monkeys.
I still loved the, the blooper from Days of Future Past or in the deleted scene, she and Wolverine kiss, and then in the outtakes she was like, yes.
They were together at a point.
No. I know. I'm not talking like Storm and Logan. That is understandable. I'm talking
she was
about
geeking out over kissing Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm like, very understandable response. Meanwhile, Hugh's like, oh god. Meanwhile, I'm sure some people would just be trying to figure out, like, when did these two have a chemistry?
Storm and Wolverine are a better pairing than Storm and Jean Grey.
When did they become a lesbo pairing?
No, sorry, a Wolverine and Jean Grey. I'm sorry.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like a love triangle thing. I don't think Logan's right for her anyway.
Now, granted, I far prefer having Storm with Black Panther. They were a great couple. Hi, Pumbaa. Sorry, I'm gonna have to kill you.
I think we have a problem.
Hakuna Matata.
You know, there was once a clip that I saw on YouTube of the Lilo and Stitch cartoon where we see Pleakley just wailing on a containment unit that was supposed to contain a prankster or experiment.
Oh shit.
Airman, but it ended up having Stitch in there instead. But the reason why that ended up happening in the first place was because Lilo put him in there and released the prankster. And then, as we see, Bleakley going at it all night, presumably, Jumbo stumbles onto the scene while he's getting some coffee. He's like 6 till 6, and then throughout, Jumbo just figures out what's happening, and then Bleakley's only response is, "I know, I know, I know, I know." Until eventually, Jumbo just tells him, "Okay, this is how you open the thing." And then he's like, "Oh, that I didn't know." I'm like, "That's cute."
You little shit.
I find it, and some people find it endearing how Jumba, even though he is impressed by Lilo's willingness to go to do such quote-unquote evil things at times, even he knows, yeah, I think Stitch should stop her.
Jared suggested the idea of Lilo and Stitch experiments tier list.
Yeah, that was, yeah, the thing is, that would require us to watch the show.
That doesn't sound so bad on. Honestly.
I know that. I'm just saying that it would probably be a bit of a difficult task given in the fact that given what we need to do prior. Or because how many seasons long is Lilo and Stitch the animated series?
Shouldn't be that long. You gotta remember these are cartoons that are in the mid 2000s. They didn't last as long as, say, cartoons from the 80s or 90s. Ah, shit.
I think in one tier list I would want to do is like a potential Digimon tier list.
Too many.
That would, yeah. There's
yeah,
too
but
many of them.
but I'm talking more specifically like Digimon from our list of main characters.
Character Digimons, then.
Yeah. So like anybody from like the main cast of Adventure 1 to Tamers, etc. Though I'm sure it would be quite contentious for me to try to
I only have one monkey left.
Not have any bias in wanting to have Agumon be top tier, or not Agumon, Guilmon. Because Guilmon is my boy. Gizmo, what do you make of
What
Guilmon?
the fuck is that? Who gave this monkey a rocket launcher?
Oh, Jesus.
They have multiple weapons, including machine guns.
Somebody gave this monkey rocket launchers and 3D glasses. Fuck! I almost had him!
Gotcha, bitch. Gizmo, which main character Digimon would you put in the top tier for
Agumon.
this? What?
Agumon.
Well, that's a given, because Agumon is an OG. Though I think a contender for a top tier would be Beamon. I like Like, I consider him a little underrated. Although, oh, for Beamon, I would have to kind of go into explaining also.
Bingo!
Oh, the other Beamon, aka Zeromaru. He's from the V-Tamer manga, which, by the way, is the manga where the character of Taichi Yagami originates from. They did not end up having the rights to use the original character of Taichi Yagami, and they ended up having to use a Ash Ketchum-esque character for him. So yeah, Alex, there's the Taichi that we knew from Adventure 1 and 2 is a dumbed down version of an actual legit tactician. Oh.
Oh no!
So, and Taichi's Digimon in V-Tamer, Alex, was a V-Dramon. Which, by the way, V-Dramon is a evolution of Vmon. Meanwhile, Daisuke's Vmon is very much similar to him in a lot of ways. Would you get over here so I can kick your ass already?
What are you doing?
Me? Fighting
No,
you up.
my... Fuck.
Swear to God.
Fuck.
Come on, game.
No! There. There we go. Okay.
This guy will only come close if
Monkeys with white pants are very alert. Hard to sneak up on them. Okay.
Yep, that's accurate.
Do the white pants make them more alert?
Perhaps they do.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck you.
Now I've just finally gotten
Got another monkey.
Come on, get over here, you son of a bitch.
Okay, so I got those 3.
Hold still and let me shoot.
Now to collect the me emblem. I've got 15 out of 20 of those.
Gotcha.
Meow. Guided bullets in the slingback shooter consist of 3 rounds to 1 set. Sometimes the guidance will miss the target, but I can't help you there. Sometimes it happens, you know. Thanks, Doc.
This bites.
You're very helpful.
This.
Oh, fuck. That was my fault.
Got the monkeys. By the way, Alex, when you have the slingshot equipped, just press L2 to do first person and shooting.
Yes. Come on, dive bomb me. Oh, for fuck's sake.
The crumbling of castles. Go catch the Spectre. The Spectre of what? The gun? Oh god, not that episode again.
Oh no.
I'm going for it.
You guys remember that episode of Arrow, right? Aside from Alex, of course. Well, let me just explain it to you in a way that anyone here can understand. Gun control. Oh. In a show about superheroes, and the superheroes don't fight crime.
In a show where the primary or the hero that the fucking thing is named after kills people with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. So you'd almost think he would go and fight crime.
Green Arrow being a massive hypocrite? Oh, I never would have thought.
It's really helped that the Green Arrow is canonically a leftist.
That's something. And unfortunate.
Oh, that was just pure concentrated stupidity on my part there. Shut the fuck up.
So Gizmo, who would you... So besides Agumon, Ungyoumon, and Vemon, on who would we stick on, like, top tier for main character Digimon? And like I said, they'd have to also... And like I said... And they're not necessarily main... Terriermon?
Sure.
You know there's 2 of them. Terriermon and Lopmon.
Yeah, but that one.
Terriermon's not even a rabbit, and yet they mistake him for one, even in the dub. I'm like,
What?
I'm like, Terriermon's a dog. And I'm sure Renamon's gonna have to go on top tier, isn't she?
Son of a bitch.
And you know, the thing is that
Bingo!
some people have pointed out, oh, like, all of the fan servicey stuff of Renamon gets, but then we got other more or humanoid-looking fan service Digimon, unlike Rosemon, aka Izzy's favorite Digimon. Mimi, you've just given me my new favorite Digimon. To which I'm like, yeah, that would be a justified reaction to Rosemon.
Angelomon.
Lady Devimon.
Or their Super Lesbo fusion in form, or Mastemon.
I thought the Super Lesbo Fusion Mon was Scissormon.
What the fuck, man?
Why was I expecting anything less from you?
This video is sponsored by Factor 75.
Which I'm sure they'll
Our sponsorship is about to run out with them, so I'm going to have to find us a new one over on Stream Elements, but I'm sure they'll appreciate the weird shit I say too.
How the humanity!
Well, let's also not forget the fact that in Adventure 1, when Izzy was witness to the fight between Angelomon and Lady Devimon in Adventure 1, he's like, I know I shouldn't watch. I know I shouldn't look, but I can't stop watching. I'm like, that's called puberty for you, Izzy. Originally in the Yep.
Yeah. You'll learn when you get older, Kosuro.
Yep.
Excuse me.
And it's like, and the funny thing is like, TV tropes would list that as girl on girl is hot.
Even make a commentary on like, tries to say it's like, no, I don't need your help.
No.
And like, dang it, I don't need your help. Let me handle it.
Angelomon's like, get over here, bitch.
Everyone, Angelomon and everyone else is all like, what the heck is going on?
They're like, we should probably stop this, but this is too much fun. We just casually sit down and have some popcorn.
Michael Jackson meme.
Okay, Alex, which
cut to the picture from Thriller.
Which
Something was lurking in the dark.
So Alex, which Digimon that's part of any main cast it would be your
Try to scream. Terror takes the sound before you make it.
What would be a ideal main character Digimon material all for you?
John Cena!
Let's be for real
here. I'm watching.
Okay, so.
Excuse me?
Okay, so.
And that's exactly what John Cena said to Undertaker.
I think will. So, Alex, what about Gatomon?
Please.
She's a main character Digimon. On where? Please.
Sure.
Please.
I don't know.
What? Where would she go? Oh, like top tier or just?
The Rule 34
I don't know.
section. I don't know.
I'm not talking about what section you searched them under. Or I'm talking about what, based on...
Hey, that's not fair.
Based on what you
That's
know
a humming
about
button.
them, where would you rate them?
See? She really doesn't come until a little later.
Oh, she doesn't come. I think you
She
might be
doesn't
doing
really-
it wrong.
You just
Alex,
you misinterpreted
Alex,
Gizmo's
Alex,
statement.
No, I did not.
Alex, we're not talking about how Angelamon. We're talking about the cat.
The Felicia's a cat. We're talking about a Morgan. And y'all. Fucking monkey.
Okay. Okay, now, Gabumon.
Ow.
I don't know.
Figured out how to turn that round handle that looks like a big cogwheel. Rotate the right stick with the stun baton.
In case you're wondering, Alex, Gabumon is Matt's Digimon.
Yeah.
You know the one that at every so often I'd go, I'm Gabumon towards. Mostly because of a Digimon parody.
Ah!
I'm Sunomon. No, you're Gabumon. I'm Sunomon. You're Gabumon. See, the fact that I could do that voice just shows that Logan Laidlaw's range is lacking.
I'm Gabumon.
You know what? It's not lacking. It's the Comic Book Universe Battles database in which we look at every human, reptile, alien, and mineral here that's been added to the database, and
Every modern major general.
Jesus Christ, the character additions here today. Fuck. God. Malcolm from Little Baby's Ice Cream.
What?
You know, the commercial where the person's eating ice cream from his head. Fucking. The evil.
What the fuck is that?
The evil. Look up Little Baby's Ice Cream commercial. I don't want to talk about that. It's so fucking weird. The evil twin from Crybaby Lane.
What?
That's a Nickelodeon show. Bettina Beakley from the DuckTales reboot.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I recognize DuckTales.
DuckTales.
What in the fuck? Character? Let me look this up. Who is this? Emma Meyer from The Boys. I think that's from the other show.
Is it from? Is she from? How do I
think
crawl?
it's from the yeah, man, I forget. What?
You gotta press the left stick,
Oh,
aka L3.
People Busters from the real Ghostbusters. Spectral Ghostbusters from the real Ghostbusters. Gash from the real Ghostbusters.
Fucking
Salt from Dragon Ball Z. Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, or Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, either one.
what the hell? Okay.
Hunters, or Hunter X, from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay.
And lastly, Jesus fuck, what is that thing? Distortus Rex from the latest Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, the D-Rex from World Rebirth.
Yeah, someone on
Yes.
Twitter called it T-Rex with Down syndrome.
Yeah,
Hey
It
guys, I'm a big motherfucker.
it's essentially it essentially looks like a Cloverfield monster.
And in terms of matches, Grendel, King Predator, Grendel, and Beowulf fought. It was a three-way tie. Conquest versus the Evil Invincibles. Evil Invincibles won by 3 votes. Huey and Riley Freeman versus Willy's Wonderland. Huey and Riley Freeman win by 1 vote.
Ooh, what was the scenario there?
Use your imagination. I think we could both, I think we both know what that was.
I'm guessing it was a roast off.
I just want to see.
The guy's still.
I just want to see.
The guy's still
calling the animatronics gay.
Let's see. Trevor Phillips versus Deathclaw. Deathclaw won by 1 vote. Hideax versus the Rinchi. Hideax won by 2 votes. Injustice Superman versus Dark Knight versus Superman. Injustice Superman wins by 1 vote.
Hang on, Dark Knight versus Superman.
Yes.
As
I know nothing about that yet.
Nolan's The Dark Knight.
As in the Batman with an X. The Bride from DC Comics versus Evil Ash. The Bride wins by 3 votes. Trevor Phillips versus Predalien. Predalien wins by 2 votes. Lumia versus Lashina. Lumia wins by 3 votes. Nightcat versus Remick versus the Smokestack Twins. Nightcat wins by 4 votes. And in terms of other fights, official battles are Angstrom Levy versus Charlotte from Hazbin Hotel, the Cartoon All-Stars versus Freddy Krueger, and iGuy versus Splitface.
iGuy, I believe, is from Ben 10.
Yes.
Not this one.
What's he from?
Power Rangers.
Oh, that.
The one made of eyeballs. And in terms of unofficial fights, let me see here. The unofficial fights are just put these 2 together, they fight, what happens? Castlevania Dracula versus Flandre Scarlet, President Thomas J. Whitmore versus David Palmer versus President James Marshall.
Okay, who the fuck are those guys?
Presidents, I don't know. I only know one of them. Super Soldier.
What is he from?
I only know President J. Whitmore from the Independence Day.
Oh, yeah, President Whitmore from Independence Day. Okay. I knew the last name, but I couldn't remember where it was from.
Maurice from Little Monsters versus Misfortune versus Lita. Trevor Phillips versus Scarface Predator. The Signs.
Lita, that's Lita from WWE, right?
Let me double check. Yeah, actually, yeah. Wow. Okay. When it comes to anything beyond a 1v1, they don't show them all, so that's why I have to click. Okay. Super Soldier and President Superman versus Harvester Aliens from Independence Day. Captain America versus Captain America and Bucky Barnes and Isaiah Bradley versus Ultimate, Aaron Fisher and Zombie Captain Americas. And the Sign Aliens versus Lake Placid Crocodiles.
The only thing I know Lake Placid for is that it's blue.
Yeah, those are in terms of unofficial fights. Let me see. I like Hazbin Hotel, and I sort of like Angstrom Levy as a petty villain. Let me see what this matchup's about. I'm only gonna take a guess. He's trying to look for fucking redemption. Let me see. Yep, I was right. Angstrom Levy is trying to look for redemption. So either I don't know what.
But is he red and dead?
Okay, so basically, if Charlie wins, then she's successful, and Angstrom Levy wins, he's beyond redemption. He's beyond redemption. He's petty. He's too petty. This universe's invincible was evil, so I must kill them all. What kind of logic? controller disconnected.
Come on, buddy.
There you
Don't
go.
got all day.
There you go.
I have one more monkey to go.
Monkey!
Oh, look at that. He's right down here.
Oh, if you're wondering why you can't get to certain
And he's
areas...
too stupid to not run into a wall.
Wait, wasn't there...
Oh.
No. Capture was easy.
My phone buzzed and it was telling me about the weather.
And what's the weather like, Alex?
It's going to be okay.
In your state.
Yes. And okay in Mississippi means... oh, I gotta catch Spectre.
Yep. I'm trying to get this monkey over to the switch. Problem is, he's not cooperating.
Living dumplings are attacking me.
Yeah, I still don't know what those things are supposed to be.
Living dumplings.
If you say so.
Legit, to me, they look like dumplings.
I wonder if I get the strategy guide, they'll tell me what they're supposed to be.
Like those proper steamed dumplings.
Yeah, I hate microwave dumplings, man.
Not those boiled ones that people make.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those. I like it when they're steamed, more fluffy.
Yeah. Steamed fluffy dumplings. Filled with seaweed and red bean paste.
Yes. Ooh, almost.
Bum 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 ba da bum ba da ba ba da 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 dun 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 da 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 da.
There are a lot of monkeys here.
Kill.
Oh, wait, wrong one. Gotcha, dumbass.
It's dangerous to run right up to a strong monkey. Oh,
So
is
take
it?
this.
And meanwhile, another news: the sky is blue.
Yeah, straight it is.
It kind of reminds me of how... So... Oh, wait. I lost my train. So...
Enemies' weapons are completely useless when you get your hands on them. Or in this case, feet.
The cook of Bottom 456. Them feet! Oh, man.
This is awfully Castlevania. This music, I mean.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da,
So we have a Castlevania race.
Which one?
Symphony of the Night?
Super Castlevania?
Well, first we gotta do Rondo of Blood.
Dracula X.
Rondo of Blood.
Why would I want to do...
Meanwhile, in Japan, it's called Akumajo Dracula Double Cross. Or Double X.
Double
X. Yeah. Oh, man.
We like Dracula X.
I don't. I've played that, and I'm like, yeah, this game is a really lame version of Rondo of Blood.
I have the PS4 version.
I have it too.
And it features good old our boy David Vincent as Richter.
Yes, who
Netflixvania Richter has nothing on David Vincent.
No.
He's a namby. He's a pansy-ass mummy's boy.
The thing is David Vincent actually sounds like...
David Vincent's one of those guys who I could believe would walk right up to Dracula and punch him right in the nose.
Or with a key.
Kind of like his ancestor. He was not his great-grandfather.
Are we talking about Trevor?
Yes, you stupid fucking show.
Why did Bloodlines retcon that?
Not Bloodlines. It was the show that did that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, it wasn't Bloodlines. The show wasn't called Bloodlines.
What was it called? Oh, Nocturne.
Nocturne, yeah.
I got it mixed up.
It was something stupid.
So
on the bell tolls, time marches on.
So Nocturne. So why did Nocturne retcon that?
So they could fuck up Juiced.
I swear to fucking God. They ruined one of the best Belmonts.
I know! Harmony of Dissonance is one of my favorite games. And they fucked it up! They didn't even make it a single season out of High.
Yeah,
the protagonist just kind of shows up, and he sucks.
And he's drunk.
What's on your chest? My shirt.
No, I'm talking about what's on your shirt, dipshit.
My coat.
Fuck's sake.
No, that's actually a response.
I know you know, and knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Schmo.
What are you standing around for? Get the fuck out of here!
So... And meanwhile, that dub of Rondo of Blood on Symphony of Night also has Patrick Seitz as Dracula.
Oh heck yeah! Michelle Ruff has Maria, I believe.
Yeah, it was Maria.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer her Maria over the actress that played her in the original dub of Symphony of the Night, which
either one is better than Nocturne.
And the thing is that the one from the original dub of Symphony of the Night was sounded like they were given the same direction that the actress voicing Iris in Mega Man X4 or was, which was essentially sound as British as sound as British as humanly possible.
You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be.
The hell do I do with this thing?
But yeah, and yeah, Mega Man X. And the Mega Man X series is on the list.
As far as my Jemmy Jam.
Well, why don't we do that?
It's the one game I could actually go. Yeah, X.
Well, why don't we do that?
Go ahead.
I mean, we don't necessarily have to go in chronological order. Or granted, that would be the preferable option. I'm just saying that we don't necessarily have to do it in chronological order. We can do whatever game we want. Alex, how much do you know about Mega Man X?
I've played Mega Man X. I've played some of Mega Man X. Some of the other ones, I don't remember which ones. It's been a very long time.
Oh, Alex, believe me, you would love X4.
The music.
Fuck yeah.
The X4 is one of those games I can. Yeah, and it's one of the few games where you can actually beat through the game without doing much backtracking, if not little. Routing.
Yeah. So here's a question: should we do it for X? X is Ultimate Armor allowed or no?
I don't know.
Gizmo. Gizmo, I'm only asking that because that would be theoretically the way we could play that game the fastest. We can get through that game the fastest. But if Ultimate Armor is not what you would call
Ultimate Armor's for pussies.
Oh fuck.
All right, fair enough. I can do the game shit. I've done it before. Though at the very least, Black Armor Zero doesn't really do much except for augmenting defense. So in that regard, it's like, yeah, we could do Black Zero, but Ultimate Armor RX is off the table.
Yeah.
Somebody gave that ape a get.
All right.
Well, look who's here. So you finally found us.
Spectre. Jake.
Not to worry, I am immune to
How
bullets.
is everything coming along?
Everything is under control and coming along very nicely.
Might as well put that away. Your weapons are totally useless.
Then let's get going.
I was wondering why.
Hold on. You're not
For once, I would like to
anywhere.
meet an enemy that wasn't immune to bullets.
I don't have time to bother with you right now.
Don't we all?
Oh, but we will. We will meet again. You just
I was
wait.
wondering why I heard
You
an
won't
echo
even know what
in
hit
my
you.
TV.
Another time, another place. You'll have your chance.
Well, that's not good. Wow, so Spectre's just that much of a pussy.
Spectre. Dog Spectre.
Hey, come back here, you wuss. Oh, goody, I get to fight this. What is this, the Iron Knuckle from Ocarina of Time?
The Iron Kanako.
AKA Aaron Hansen's favorite mini-boss in the game.
Okay, is there a reason for that?
Because apparently he can dictate when and the flow of the battle.
Okay. You can do that with all the other boss battles too.
He claims that you can't, that there's too much waiting.
Well, we have established that he is very stupid.
Yeah, that's... So yeah, Alex, you're gonna have whenever we get to doing Ocarina of Time, you're gonna have to show me the arcane wizardry that you would need to perform in order to use the PC version with the 3DS models.
Oh, it's not a big deal. I can.
You say that, and yet you're speaking to somebody who doesn't know half the shit.
I mean, I don't know half this shit. I just make things up as I go along.
You claim that. And yet I know you better.
Shut your bitch ass up, you don't know me.
I knew you were made of cookies.
I gotta wait till this guy stops crackling. The Cracker Tower. So...
Oh. That shit.
Now, Alex, question. And where do we place is Hawkmon, aka the quote-unquote Native American Digimon?
R for racist.
What? We're seeing that guy everywhere, and when it came to toys, I think they were on clearance. I guess it just wasn't that popular.
Yeah.
Or rather, I should say the Native American in Digimon that for some reason and has a British accent.
Pip pip cheerio, old chap.
Ooh. What?
Hey, wait a minute.
Hell?
What's going on here?
My mouth didn't even move.
Hey!
That's your concern?
The future's been overrun by monkeys.
Monkey.
Hey, with monkey. People send a monkey around.
Look, it's a UFO. No, get inside.
I love the monkeys.
Whoa, please help me.
So you think the monkeys have more street cred than Smash Mouth?
No, I just think of the Beatles and the monkeys. The monkeys were better.
Yeah.
Spike, listen, I have a message from the professor.
Let's hear it.
Understood.
Spike, I'm sure you've seen the strange things going on outside. While you were gone, Spectre and his gang of apes swept in and have taken over the town. The entire town is running scared. Everything's been turned upside down. It's a mess and we need your help. Here, take a look. Spectre's built his base right in the middle of town. The apes are everywhere.
Okay,
His
so
army is getting
whenever
stronger
we
and
get
more
to doing
dangerous.
X4,
We're the only one
which
who can
character
save
are we
us all.
playing as
You've
first?
got
Because
the
we gotta do
gadgets.
both
Go use them.
campaigns.
Time is running out. We're counting on you.
I probably.
What are you doing?
Hold on.
No, I'd probably end up doing. What do you think?
Which one would you pick, Ing Zero?
I guess if we were to do both, I probably would start out with X and then do the best with Zero. If in terms.
Okay. So. Huh. Futurama.
Nowadays, whenever I play through X4, if I'm gonna play, I play X. I always have the habit of using the ultimate armor just for fun and shits
I'm a
and
zero
giggles.
guy. I don't know. I'm a zero
As
guy.
the professor's already told you, if
Yeah.
you don't complete the training, you can't advance to the next area.
Slash dash
No.
cancel. Yeah.
Yeah, the dash cancel trick is insane.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
I can kind of do it, but I'm not as consistent as I used to be nowadays. So it's gonna take a bit of time for me to practice that again.
Now I see one of the ones that I would need to use. Ooh. So now I get another thing that'll help me with getting 100%. So
Oh, it's a Dark Souls boss. More specifically, a Dark Souls 2 boss.
Spike, something has
Giant
gone
dude in armor
terribly
who
wrong.
swings his sword
The
everywhere.
professor and Natalie are nowhere to be found. The laboratory has been ransacked, and much of the equipment has been destroyed. The apes were here, and I believe they've taken the professor and Natalie away with them. You're now being transported to Spectre's base area. His exact location is unknown. All I can tell you at this time is that his base is an old factory building.
Is he
located
transforming,
in
or is
the
it?
middle
Nope,
of
he's
town
just
somewhere.
falling over. Okay.
Spectre's taken it over and is now...
And I capture 8 out of 13 monkeys. And I captured a lot of monkeys in Spectre's quote-unquote base.
Let's go!
So...
Okay, then.
So, Gizmo, do you know the Black Zero code?
No.
I could send it to you.
No, I'm good.
I'm just saying, since that isn't going to really do much except for enhance your like defense and whatnot. That's so.
Can I
Because
kill this mouse?
Zero is kind of a glass cannon.
No, this mouse can't do anything to me. That's cool. There's a big polygonal mouse running around here. This is a better 3D Castlevania than any of the 3D Castlevania games. And yes, I am counting Lords of Shadow.
Isn't that the
Yeah,
PS? What is that?
Yes.
Lords of Shadow, aka the game where Patrick Stewart voices Death. And Gabriel and a Belmont becomes Dracula. And Alucard.
That was... Yes, that... It's kind of an odd game series.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Where's that monkey? Oh, there he is. If you can just...
Killing you, Dumpling Man, you are made of biscuits. How am I supposed to break into this big thing here?
Which big thing?
This thing.
You're gonna have to describe it to me.
Octagonal thing with a monkey on it.
Oh, that. You might have to wait a bit for that.
Okay.
Because I've got the penultimate gadget in the game, and I'm at the series of areas. Which, by the way, the penultimate gadget is kind of necessary for 100%ing this game. Because I've noticed that there are a couple areas where you need to find a way to press and hold down a switch, but the monkeys aren't going to cooperate with you on that end.
that before.
I remember one of the funniest running gags of Some Call Me Johnny, where he ends up, where he has this sitcom rivalry with Slicers, which Alex, I'm sure you remember those enemies from Sonic 2.
Yeah.
And how did they make you feel?
You know, I don't really.
Finally.
There we go. Okay, I've got more monkeys, but I still can't find the fucking boss.
Okay.
You're gonna have to work a machine to get a door open, and then you gotta go up the stairs to enter or into the area where he's at, and then you gotta fight a boss that isn't him. And because he's too much of a pussy to actually try fighting you legit.
Better or worse than Joker in Arkham Asylum?
Worse.
Lame.
You know, Gizmo.
I have to work a thing to get this door open. Can I cut that flag down? No, I cannot. I must kill you for you're made of cookies. Presume I have to activate this thing somehow, but I have no idea where it is activated. Not down here.
Gotcha, you son of a
Fuck.
bitch.
Beat some ass.
see, I'm pretty sure I have to get in from down there, so let's... Caught another monkey.
Okay.
Son of a...
Stocking up on cookies.
I think one of my favorite literal metaphor jokes from the show was from the Emperor's New School, where Gizmo and Kronk were trying to think outside of the box, and then they literally got right out of the box.
That show had some good gags.
That was decent enough. It's kind of too bad I never really saw the ending.
I just hated how ABC Kids always repeated the same, like, 12 or 13 episodes. Actually, I don't think it was even that many.
Yeah.
ABC Kids always had, like, 6 episodes of everything. And... So there was the same 6 episodes of Hannah Montana, the same 6 episodes of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the same 6 episodes of fucking Emperor's New Groove and The Replacements. Not Emperor's New School.
The Replacements.
And then there was looks like Gizmo's already on the final boss.
You think I'm in the final boss?
Look like it.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Not.
Okay, then where are you at then?
Hey, boss. Fuck.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
In the
Where
final
you at?
area.
There he goes.
No. How the hell is this machine the Scream final boss?
I don't know.
That's my... Yeah, exactly.
It just feels like, okay, we're in the final area of the game.
Not.
Not.
It's
There
not
we
the
go.
final area of the game, dude.
I mean, we're in the kind of like 3 or so levels.
Dude, I played this game before.
Okay.
Got you.
You guys ever had like a favorite gag from Futurama?
I don't know. I think I guess one was Bender saying, "Bite my shiny metal ass." Yeah, something.
Bitch.
What I'm more or less referring to, it was like favorite, joke.
I'm 40%, whatever it was. Fucking got him.
Oh. Okay, that doesn't do jack.
So, I think one of my, I still think one of the gags that I've quoted the most in Futurama has to be the death by Snoo Snoo one.
Absolutely. I think that's everybody.
Especially since that's an actual emote here.
Death by Snoo Snoo. Yeah. What are you, gay?
What are you, gay?
And the fact that it's B. Arthur of all people that said that is even funnier. What are the Golden Girls? Like, what did they pay her to get her to
The Golden
do
Girls.
this?
The Golden Girls was a fucking weird show.
Oh.
I'm sure my
I
mom
used to
will-
watch that when I was a kid, and the funny thing was like Betty White was on that show. That's an old show about being old. It's kind of like
shows about men being old.
Well, as time goes by, with Judi Dench was a show about being old, and that show was really old too. And that's like imagine being in a show about like living out your golden years. That ending and you still having a hell of a career ahead of you. Kind of reminds me of Michael Caine, actually. Oh, would you look at that? He's got a Dr. Robotnik machine. It's cutscene time.
Ooh, that was lucky.
I mean, I knew where you were. I was just kind of trying to figure out how to get in here. All according to Kikaku. Hold on.
Warning, capture 7 of the monkeys. So 7 of the band members of the monkeys.
Let's go!
So
oh, it's another Dark Souls boss.
So how do we feel about I think this was before From Software, wasn't it? When we did Dark Souls. What the?
Are you gonna try and hit me?
Wait. This has to be Devil's.
Dude, the fucking music at the gym today.
What were they playing?
I don't know why, but every time I go to the gym, no matter what time of day, there's always people that wanting to play shit like Kesha, Taylor Swift, Usher.
I just don't even bother listening to whatever they're playing on the loudspeakers anymore.
I can't help it because I can hear it through my headphones, and it doesn't matter. And it doesn't help that it doesn't help that the wire's messed up. It's to the point where I can only hear out of one of them.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, that'll do it.
So, and here's the thing: it's operated by an app called. Oh, I got it right here. Let's see. Rockbot.
Rockbot, huh?
Yeah, so I can suggest some music to listen to, but it has to be in a queue, which I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, like, it's sort of like waiting to hear to listen. It's like waiting to listen to the rest of the CD, I guess. But here's the thing: people can upvote or downvote your selected music, and that'll predetermine if it ever goes next or not. So, like, if I get a bunch of people downvoting my song that I selected, it'll go lower and lower in the queue. But if it gets a lot of thumbs up, it'll go higher and higher in the queue. And surprisingly, I get a surprising amount of downvotes. And this is stuff from like Kiss, Aha, Ramones, fucking Metallica.
Oh, Jesus. Get
Motorhead. It's like, what do you do? How are you gonna thumbs down these fucking songs? And these are the same people that want to listen to shitty ass romance songs and shit.
It's because they want to listen to fucking Kesha and Taylor Swift and shit
it's
like
a
that.
gym. It's a gym. That kind of music really doesn't belong. If it was a gas station, whatever. But like,
I mean, it's almost like those are the same people who are like, "Oh, you listen to that shit? You're a fucking idiot."
Taylor Swift is objectionably not good. Not good.
I hate the tank controls in this game.
It's not tank controls.
Yeah, it's not tank controls.
Funny, I'm in a tank, and I'm controlling it.
Oh, you're talking about literal tank controls. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Why would I be talking about? Why would I be talking about a mechanic that isn't a type of control scheme that isn't in the game?
You brought up random shit before.
I have, but because they were on the brain.
Yes.
Get the fuck over here.
I have the power.
Pirates of the Caribbean ass and bombs. Here's the thing, though. If you like Kesha, whatever, Usher, whatever, I don't like their music, and it's not for me, but whatever. But there are certain areas where certain music makes more sense than others. If I go
can fucking listen to Usher. Usher's good.
Not at a gym. Not at a gym. I feel like there are some
I could work out.
I could
work out listening to the Spice Girls.
That's more dance music than workout music.
Yeah,
and
but
one
like
and two and one and two and one and
yeah,
two and
like
one
that
and
kind
two.
of. Yeah, like aerobics kind of music. Not
not
like lifting weights, like working on your chest kind of music. I'm thinking stuff like. I'm thinking stuff like Metallica, Aerosmith, Motorhead, Brandon Yates, too, depending on what I'm listening to. But when someone puts on Justin Bieber, I'm like, fuck off.
Out of here.
yeah, no.
Get the fuck over here, you goddamn simian.
What are we, Frieza?
Ow. This game is making me racist against monkeys.
Get over here, you.
Well, yep.
Get over here. Get a load of this.
I got one better. Well, let's see.
Get the fuck over here, bitch!
Yeah.
You Scorpion.
I remember watching that.
Yeah. Oh, finally.
Funny thing, that clip is from Shaolin Monks.
Yeah, I know
Yes, it is.
that.
Most
know.
wouldn't know though.
Yeah.
It's
I
only
would've
after
blanked.
you. It's only after you do like the get over the spear only so many times, and then he says, "Get the fuck over here, bitch."
Maybe, yeah, Scorpion just becomes fucking fed up at that point.
I'm disappointed that when it came time for Scorpion in the story mode for MKX to say get over here to Quan Chi, we don't hear Patrick Seitz say, "Hey, get over here." We instead hear the generic "get over here" sound. And Patrick Seitz can do a mean "get over here."
I prefer Ed Boon's "get over here."
Yeah, but that's
the rest of them just sound like battle cries that are trying to make their opponent afraid. Ed Boon's scream legit sounds like he's pissed off.
Yeah,
I kind of like the thing.
Like it's all like, "Come here, get over here."
I kind of prefer when it came to Ed Boon. I kind of preferred like the Deadly Alliance sound clips where it was like, "Get over."
I like it too, but it sounds more just like a battle cry. That's why I prefer Ed Boon's original, where it sounds like he's legitimately pissed off. He's like, "Get over here." Like, he legit sounds like he's had enough of your shit. The other ones are like, "I must punish you. You will become naughty. You are a naughty child. Get over here."
Yeah.
Or in Ron Perlman's case, "Get over here."
The fact that Ron Perlman, of all people.
Why him?
He had no idea what he was doing. Literally, like, he had no idea what he was getting himself into.
I mean, Clancy Brown was also in that.
Sonya Blade was an insufferable schmuck in that.
Combat time!
You could hear
double putt.
You could hear the K.
Was she better or worse than she was when Ronda Rousey voiced her?
Better.
I mean,
I'll take anyone over Ronda Rousey.
At least she had
by
a
a very
personality.
slim margin.
She had a personality. When Ronda Rousey voiced Sonya Blade, she just sounded fucking bored. That's not even like part of the. That's not even like the script's fault. It's more because her natural voice just doesn't sound right for voice acting for someone like Sonya Blade.
Mocap, sure. Acting, fuck off.
No.
Oh, Jesus. Damn. Well, I just finally completed KOF 2002 with using a default team against Rugal. Oh, seriously, fuck you, Omega Rugal.
Should kata.
Genocide kata! Jeez, I swear to God, when I listened to Omega Rugal in 2002 Unlimited match, yeah, I remember now. The reason why he sounds so terribly off is because he was pretty sick at the time when he was recording his voice acting. No, like, if you compare his voice to Toshimitsu Arai's voice as Rugal from KOF 98 to 2002 Unlimited match, like, there's a stark contrast.
I gotta do all that shit again.
At least I think so.
It saved the monkeys, but it didn't save the puzzles.
Which is why his voice sounded a bit off in between those two games. Especially when he plays, like, Hyder and the original Zero, aka penultimate boss of 2001.
A Space Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
I watched that movie again, and it's all right. It's not as great as.
I'm sorry, I can't let you do that.
I do like that villain though. HAL 9000 is really fucking cool.
Fuck, it's one of the ones where I have to say the book was better.
You think
the
so?
movie, yeah.
Alright.
The movie is, so as far as revolutionary composite effects and things like that go, absolutely, like, ahead of the game. Film still looks really good to this day.
It looks good, but to an outsider, it looks pretentious.
Yeah, it's an odd duck.
I'll defend the movie, but if it's like, oh, it's one of the greatest, at the time, maybe.
Yeah.
Shit. Isn't it kind of relaxing that we're seeing less and less of those prankster channels on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm happy to see that. Which probably means we're gonna get a big influx of people like Aiden Ross and whatnot.
They're trying, but they're not really making it as big or even half as big as they used to back in the day, especially nowadays. With FouseyTube in jail, Vitaly in jail, fucking Johnny Somali.
Fuck Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali is doing his best to get publicly executed in South Korea, apparently.
Man, wouldn't that be funny if a certain Hassan?
I mean, he's gonna be. I mean, Hassan Piker is.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You take out a gun on stream and threaten a Twitch.
I mean, it wasn't a real gun. Hassan Piker's too much of a. Oh, I know that. I'm just saying, Hassan's too much of a pussy to use a real gun.
And if I'm being honest, it's like,
I feel like he's the kind of guy who would buy the gun, but then will try to threaten you with an empty clip.
Oh, it was an airsoft gun. Like, it was an empty airsoft gun. That makes it even worse.
Still, though, that's even more worse than what you're claiming.
Well, as like, you want to know what the worst part was? It was an airsoft gun with an empty magazine, and Hassan dropped the fucking mag by accident.
That's fucking hilarious.
I know!
What a dumbass.
Well, not as dumb as Destiny.
Yeah.
What did Destiny do? What did Steve do this time?
In there. You know what he was talking about?
The fucking hurricane?
Yeah, the flood in Texas. He was like, oh, the kid shouldn't have been
What
there.
the fuck is wrong with you, Destiny? Stop being a deadbeat dad and go take care of your kid.
How about just be a dad? Fuck.
I have to wonder with the song. It's like, how do...
I never understand people that like watching these guys. So like,
it's
the Hassan Pikers, the FouseyTubes, the Destinies.
It's
Who
like,
the fuck is
can you
FouseyTube, anyways?
Oh, you don't know? Okay, so back in the day, there was a ton of prank channels. While some of them were lighthearted, like, what was his name? Rahat, the Light of Rahat or something like that, where he made innocent kind of pranks, like going through the drive-thru, pretending to be invisible, where he gets a cardboard car seat and pretends that he's not there, or he replaces himself with like a toy skeleton or something like that. Or there was a guy who did fake pranks. Well, later it was revealed to be fake pranks, where he would pretend to be a mattress and then scare people who got close to try and look at it. Or what was it? He pretends that a car is alive, so he speaks through a speaker to try and talk to people, pretending he's a car.
My name is Optimus Prime.
But among them were the ones like Vitaly and.
Oh, Vitaly! I think Vitaly was. Vitaly was in the movie that Logan Paul made.
Oh, that shitty one.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the spiritual successor to Airplane.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah,
he was the main villain.
He was I forgot what that channel was called, but their motto was "Smile More." But he was also in his own channel where they did pranks like. Handing magnums to cops, where instead of the magnum guns, it was magnum condoms, and saying, "You need extra protection, officer." You know, those were funny. But then Vitaly and FouseyTube. Vitaly was one of those harassing pranksters where it's like, "Oh, why are you looking at my girlfriend's ass? Why are you looking at my boyfriend? You know, why are you staring at my girlfriend's titties? You know, pretending to try and start drama. You know, that kind of thing." You know, can I lick Nutella off your booty? You know, that he was known for Nutella, talking about Nutella a lot. I don't know why. But among them was FouseyTube. He was one of those prankster channels that tried to pull off funny pranks, like Mortal Kombat prank, which was 1% Mortal Kombat, I guess. So how it went was. Guy goes in an elevator, he's in an elevator with them, but he doesn't reveal himself to them yet. But then he spins around quickly to show he's wearing a shitty dollar store Sub-Zero mask. And a $5 Sub-Zero costume. pretending to want to fight whoever's in the elevator. Sometimes they fall, 95% of the time they fall for it, but then he would be like, no, it's a prank, see? Camera. They're not, I guess they're funny at the time because nobody ever saw something like this before, but now looking back, they're not funny anymore. And he kept on trying to up himself as time went on, but then there were turned more into harassing pranks. And then he tried to make his own event, and then there was a lot of stuff that happened after that. He tried
Where
to
did my
make his
double
own
jump go,
event,
guys?
That went badly. It was revealed he was bipolar. He tattooed his hair on his head.
Oh, ew.
Which is wrong for two reasons. One, you're not admitting that you're fucking balding, and two, he's Muslim, and you're not allowed to have tattoos when you're Muslim, when you follow the Muslim faith.
Oh, somebody needs to tell all the local Muslim community that they're not allowed to have tattoos then. And because
yeah, there's a lot of things you're not allowed to do when you follow the Muslim faith. One of them is having tattoos.
Yeah, that's
and it's kind of funny considering this guy literally tattooed hair on his head. And I'm not even talking like a whole head of hair, like
actually
like,
I might be incorrect in thinking that guy was in airplane mode. It was a Russian prank channel guy.
They did have his own movie though. I know what you're talking about, but he did have his own movie. So FouseyTube, ever since FouseyTube was revealed that he's gotten bipolar, he's gotten crazier over the years. He started shouting more. He started like kicking kids out of like events because they dared mention Leafy is here. You know, back in the day.
Oh man.
If you don't know who Leafy is here is, that's another story.
Listen, Leafy is here is the guy who called iDubbbz a cuck. That's all you need to know.
And made fun of H3H3 and took up the challenge of, you will never be able to make something like that on YouTube nowadays. Hearing that, he said bet and decided to go back to YouTube for a while until he got banned again. Man, fucking FouseyTube. There was the craziest thing I ever heard him and seen him do was go to a hotel, call the cops, say that someone's got a gun to his head when he was
so he swatted himself.
He live streamed himself doing this while he was pressing two of his fingers against the temple of his head, pretending it was a gun, while he told the cops on the phone that there were people in his room with guns. They go to his house, they go to his room, they arrest him, and he threatens to sue them.
Even though
somebody come get your mans. He's fucking insane.
That's right next to the second craziest thing he's done and that was firing his manager, telling him he's a nobody, and then tries to fucking fight him because the guy that he fired told FouseyTube to suck his dick, and the guy that he fired laid him in the ground and before he left because FouseyTube tried to lay him down. Let me rephrase that. The manager beat his ass when FouseyTube tried to fight him.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, so you can understand why I don't understand why anybody willingly likes FouseyTube and follows him.
It's like going back and looking at Boogie, and you just think,
at
man.
Least with Boogie, he played a character most of the time, so that's understandable. You know, with the Francis character.
Well, yeah, but Francis is a better person than Boogie is IRL.
So now I have to go catch Spectre again.
Alright.
You heading out?
Oh, well, I wanted to move on to something a bit, you know, away from the...
Alright, yeah.
Yeah,
So who... So what is... So Zero, who is your favorite starter Pokemon from each generation you've played?
Let's see. I think when it came to Fire Red and Leaf Green, as far as the Gen 1 goes, Charmander, Gen 2, Cyndaquil, Gen 3 was Mudkip, because arguably out of all the water types that were in Gen 3, I am a sucker for Swampert, and yeah, because I need, being my best water and ground coverage.
I heard you like Mudkips.
Yes, I do. Alright.
that meme.
Or rather.
And then suddenly you hear
Mud! Yep!
Whatever.
Gen 4, I think during my playtime with Platinum, I think I went with Turtwig. And then Gen 5, for Pokemon Black and White 2, I went with Snivy.
Smugleaf.
Yeah. Probably one of the few grass types I did like Gen 5.
It's weird how it's speedy yet very defensive in terms of its stat distribution. It's like, okay, so you have this grass type with quite a bit of defense. So, what is it going to? So, what other staff are you going to give to help it stand out? We're gonna give it speed.
Excuse me, what? A fast-moving serpent? Excuse me?
So you're gonna give a fast-moving serpent and all of the defense and special defense. Yeah, stat distribution in Gen 5 was weird.
Meanwhile, an employee basically be like,
I get it.
I don't get it.
I feel like Pokemon Black and White 2 feels like the most feature-rich content-wise.
Yeah.
That's just generally Platinum.
Black and White 2 is the last good generation.
Yeah, very true.
X and Y was... Right.
I liked some of the ideas implemented, like the custom created
I like
trainer and all.
Yeah, that idea was kind of neat. But the execution was lacking.
Yeah. I feel like it probably needed more time to be polished up, like then, probably would have been really fun to use.
Yep.
Let's see.
In terms of favorite starters.
X and Y, I chose Froakie as my starter.
I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, Greninja got the most love out of all three.
Ah, I fucked that up.
Oh, yes.
I could have gotten and got a...
let's see, first
I could have gotten another life out of that.
I ended up liking Rowlet.
Oh yeah, Decidueye is great.
Oh yeah.
I've got 5 lives. If that's not enough, I don't know what it is.
And for Sword and Shield, I went with Sobble. I believe, yeah.
I believe so. That was Inteleon.
Funnily enough, voiced by Billy Commits.
In the yep. Gotcha, bitch. So, I feel like Inteleon has an interesting little unique move. Ooh, as opposed to Rillaboom and Cinderace. And Cinderace. I loved the that one bit with Cinderace and Lucario, and Ash's Lucario. Oh, in the Sword and Shield anime, and it's like they're just a hot mess. Cinder, please.
Tier list. I got tier list idea.
All right.
The little kid pro tag tier list, video game edition.
Really? Okay. What are we basing that off of?
This.
How unannoying are they?
How just good they are in general.
Yes. That's basically what I said.
Fair enough.
A good kid protagonist isn't annoying.
Lowest ranking would be little shit. I call the lowest ranking little shit. And the highest ranking would be Dream Child.
Oh, Dreamweaver.
And that's for video games, not video game adaptations. So like nothing like no Ben 10 or anything like that.
Yeah, because he has an entire show to work off of for material on his character.
Get your paws off my arcade. What are you playing here? Centipede? Frogger? Yeah, the Great Cabinet. Kids! Yeah, I like playing kids. Not even kids. Kids!
Oh, God.
Okay. Okay, so for me, it's, yeah, obviously, Charmander, Cyndaquil, it's kind of a toss-up between Trico and Torchic.
Yeah. I never played much of Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I haven't finished that game yet, and it's kind of a chore, honestly.
Torchic.
Yeah, I remember I played it just for a little bit. I played it just for a little bit, but didn't get too far in the game. I was only at the beginning, but I ended up choosing Quaxley.
I presume the duck.
Yes!
Donald.
Quaxley!
Quack.
It was
Quack. Quack. Oh,
Maybe
nothing.
the fire
Just
crocodile.
one. Oh, yeah, the fire crocodile is great.
I love how funny both Zena Robinson and Daiki Yamashita voice. Going from Go to that thing.
I know it
Fire
bites.
And then, we have. I just find it funny how Go tries to set his expectations a little too high for what would be his first Pokemon. I'm like, dude, you think your first Pokemon is going to be a Mew?
Nope.
Nope, it ended up being Score Bunny.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gen 4, obviously, Turtwig.
Yep.
Turtwig is my boy.
Hell yeah.
And Torterra is my favorite grass type.
Yeah, fuck. How many hits does this guy take?
Enough. Oh, great. More tank controls.
Yippee. Oh, man. Now that I look back almost a decade after Viz announced they were going to be redubbing Silverwood. Oh boy, what a happy camper I was back then.
Yep.
But,
the entire series completely uncut.
Oh, yeah.
It did take us quite a while to pick up the non-pink version, though.
Yeah. Totally not
Oh,
Mark had pointed this out in his video regarding Sailor Moon.
They said how like there was like a large tint of pink.
Yeah, that's because of
it's
what
called
happened.
Redshift.
Yeah. Because
Looks like,
Toei evidently hates their consumers.
And the fact that... And boy, people thought Dragon Ball had a bad case of...
No!
Yeah, but here's
Well,
the
it's kind
thing.
of a shame though, because a lot of those, a lot of the damage to the cells and the filming of those shows kind of left good impressions, like the green the green sky and Namek, and the little pink tint on Sailor Moon's cheeks and skin tone.
Yeah. Even then, like...
And I thought
even like the green tint was even in the Dragon Ball.
And I thought like the green tint was a
Fucking
stylistic choice too, which made me think, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, that's
Sailor Moon, pink. Yeah,
Well,
that makes sense.
Well, I'm more or less like, because like the Dragon boxes, like when you look at the footage, what I mean is that the blue skies now look at that green tint. Yeah, and like some of the characters' skin tones look a bit pinkish.
The green tint makes more sense, honestly.
For the skies, at least it does.
Yeah, for Namek, it's an alien world after all.
But the rest of the show is like the fucking Cell Saga has a gray hue across the whole thing.
I still am not a I'm still not a fan of the fact that when when Toei decided to remaster the Boo arc for Kai, they ended up
well, that's
doing it in-house. But instead of getting, Q-Tech to outsource it to Q-Tech to help with the remaster.
That is the only time anybody will ever say, I wish Q-Tech did the remaster for this.
Yeah, but...
Is when Toei fucks it up in-house.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
That is the Sonic the Hedgehog spin dash sound effect, buddy.
Yeah, kind of like how Capcom fucked themselves in the foot when it came to Infinite instead of like... Well...
Also, that was also Marvel. Oh, was also Disney because we don't use X-Men characters.
No, make it realistic as fuck.
Oh, but then we got someone from Capcom saying,
"Oh my god,
characters, you missed the functions."
Oh, that interview.
No, I miss.
Oh my!
I miss the X-Men. You stupid son of a bitch.
That interview was infamous.
Yeah, I'd rather have the X-Men than fucking.
Goes down in the
Marvel,
history alongside the "Don't you guys have phones" interview.
And especially it didn't help the fact that nobody wasn't
I got all the
buying
monkeys in that stage.
It didn't help the fact that even when Justin Wong, Filipino champ, Yikes, and all those guys had those private sessions of playing Infinite and gloating how about the game. No, I don't think anybody was buying
them, though, because they thought that what they were playing was literally just the start of like its development, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we find out it was the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's a Mega Man statue.
I am glad for Infinite and Beyond.
Excuse me.
Even despite
that make it look better.
Yeah, despite my pet peeves about Maximilian as a content creator, especially nowadays.
He's still funny.
Yeah, he's still funny, at least.
Yeah.
I am Arnold.
Oh man. I still remember that time, yeah, no. I think it might have been last where, oh yeah, people did refuse this stream Stellar Blade. Actually, I know the reason why. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he probably doesn't want his wife to give him so much shit. It's like, how dare you stream this, sexy
He plays
woman?
a lot of games that are similar to Stellar Blade. Keep my ass. He played Dead or Alive a bunch of times, and he's worried about his wife walking in on him. Come on. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4. Deception. Deadly Alliance, Armageddon, 9, X, 11, 1,
thing I will give JJ a credit, though. Basically, when it came to Tetris, Max ended up marrying God Woogle in woman form.
Oh man, I would so like to see Maximilian try to take on the Omega Challenge in 2002 Unlimited match. It's basically the requirements is the equivalent to Nightmare Geese and Real Bout Special Fatal Fury. Where you mustn't. Okay. So in Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, to reach Nightmare Geese, you literally have to not think around to reach him.
Speaking of fighting games, I wish the Power Rangers game got more DLC.
Alex, would you care to tell Gizmo your
too.
experience with Battle for the Grid? Because I do remember you streaming the game and then telling us that you were not fond of playing as Goldar.
I streamed the game.
Yes.
You're just not into big Unga Bunga guys. That's understandable.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not into heavy characters like Donkey Kong or Bowser.
That's a given. A lot of people aren't.
And I'm like, yeah, but at the very least, those heavy characters can be mobile if they want to.
Goldar is a big hulking motherfucking of heavy armor and a big ass sword.
Yeah, Bowser, is a big turtle motherfucker.
He is different,
and yet he can still all run like.
Oh,
he's
welcome
a
to
sprinter.
Futurama.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the "What's your favorite Futurama" gag. Because the area that you're gonna be in for
the RC car appears when you push the right stick in. You can drive the car with the right stick. Try it, and also run along with the RC car. I can ghost ride the whip. Beat enemies by hitting them with the RC car.
Yeah. Actually.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Drive the RC car through the small opening.
Fictional monkey.
To get the fence. Yes.
So Gorilla Groot is getting on there.
Gorilla Grodd is going on C tier at the very most B tier. I like Gorilla Grodd up until what they did to him in the CW verse.
Time.
Dude, make America Grodd again. Suck my dick. Of course, the Ape Escape monkeys are going to go on top.
Monkey.
Return the monkey.
So, apparently there was a bit in Yo Video Games in this thing on Mario Lost Levels.
Yeah.
That I hesitate to use the word game. Started Nintendo's long and proud history of releasing glorified ROM hacks for their games.
Because most those designed for Americans. Oh, shut the fuck up.
We had Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Another hard.
I swear you cannot jump this segment.
Haste Breakers is pretty hard if you don't know how to properly utilize the parry. You know one of the worst character customizations back in the day, and that was Face Breakers.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know what Face Breakers is.
Face Breakers is pretty much like a faster version of Ready to Rumble. Like, think Punch Out, but like, think like Punch Out, but except in first person behind the character, it's side to side like a proper fighting game.
Oh, oh, you're thinking of a different Face Breaker.
Oh.
Not the Face Breaker that I'm thinking of.
Like 360, Xbox 360 Face Breaker.
Okay.
Oh, is it the one where you use the Xbox Connect?
To take a picture of your face and everything, yeah.
What?
Oh.
Okay,
yeah, well, no, this is before the Connect. You get what it was is that there was a feature where you get to take a picture of your face with the 360 camera, and you're able to use the picture of yourself to put yourself onto a custom character you can make in Face Breakers.
Kind of like Face Raiders for the 3DS.
Similar, yeah. Similar idea.
I think, yeah, I remember there was like a 3DS game where you could turn into a beat up where you can kind of put yourself into the game or get really nuts with that.
So the Face Breaker I'm thinking of is a weird boxing fighting game.
Yes.
With the hottest ring girl you will ever see.
Yes, and she was wearing pink boxing gloves, right? There you go.
I believe so. No.
Got an extra life.
Yeah. Well, checks out.
No. Okay, there has to be a way to turn off this damn fan. Oh. And as for the
knock you down.
Ends for my favorite starters. For Gen and 5 in black and white, it was
no shit, Sherlock.
It was Tepig. Why Tepig? You might ask.
A friend of mine had a Tepig figure.
Well, simply put, Tepig was pretty much the only fire type choice you could have in OG black and white that didn't suck. Because you either had him, M. Darmanitan, and I forget the name of the fire monkey. The other one.
Chimchar.
No, not Chimchar. Or Chimchar is good.
Infernape.
Not Infernape. Infernape is god tier. Or no, I'm talking about
Gen 4.
not Gen 4, Gen 5. It was Panseer and Simiseer.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. Because I think, like, the one gym leader you fight depends on the starter you chose, I believe.
Yes. You either fight Crest, Chili, or Silent.
Funnily enough, one of them was voiced by Masakazu Morita.
And in English, Silent was voiced by Alex's favorite Sonic.
Jason Griffith?
Yes. Why do you think I said your favorite?
Well, I thought you were about to be sarcastic and say, oh, for fuck's sake.
Look, Roger would have been a bit of an odd choice for Silent, and I kind of imagined Todd Havercorn as his voice. Because he seemed a little too, He seemed a little too Ooh, hype hit. He came off like with a voice that didn't sound deep enough up to warrant someone like Roger. So
enough, Silent is.
Oh, fuck you, monkey boy.
Funnily enough, Silent in Japanese is voiced by everybody's favorite Mamoru Miyano. Ryuji Sakamoto in Persona 5, Dazai in Bungo Stray Dogs, and of course, everyone's favorite Ling in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I prefer Todd as that character.
Mamoru Miyano is a incredibly prolific voice actor, and he played Light Yagami in Death Note, right?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
I cannot, for the life of me, stand him as Light Yagami, which is strange, because I don't dislike him in anything else I've seen him in. But Light was...
Professor,
his
Natalie,
Light was
I'm
awful.
Here. Don't worry, I'll get you out of here.
And again, yeah. I mean, I get it.
And that was part of that comes down to that was like at the height of the beginning of his popularity. He was in, I think he was in like four different shows in the year that Death Note came out, or at the, or he like recorded 4 different shows at the same time.
Well, he was,
I remember I looked at it once, and I saw that
Take them away.
he was recording some ridiculous number of things at the time.
Stop it, let go of us.
When he was doing Death Note, and so throughout the entire throughout the entire series, he just sounds, even when he's trying to sound psychotic, he just sounds bored.
Considering the fact that, like, one of his 2 earliest works, I think, Riku in Kingdom Hearts and Kiba in Wolf's Rain. Just when he was around 19, where he definitely got career stuff to kind of take off this.
Question, for like the kid main character tier list, when do you think they stop being a kid? By the time they're 13? Because people claim that 11 and 12 are preteens, and that's completely different. But I still think that's still just being a kid.
It is.
And a lot of people claim, well, when they hit puberty is when they stop being a kid. Yeah, but a lot of them hit it early. A lot of them hit it early, so you can't really argue that either.
Okay, I'm looking through his Wikipedia page. His first anime role was in Shin Megami Tensei Children, Light in the Dark. Obscure? What? I can believe it.
I swear I'm completely cheesing this boss.
I don't blame you.
This is... Yeah, I'm fighting a giant ship on top of the TV.
Bingo!
Tower.
I mean, heck,
3 more monkeys.
I have to kind of cheese the X6 final boss with Zero using that invincibility glitch with the 1 shield weapon.
Anybody remember the infinite item glitch in Final Fantasy III for the DS?
Nope. I don't even know if that was adapted in the PC version.
Funny if it is.
I mean, the PC version is based off of the PSP port of the DS version.
Yeah, the DS version and the PSP version are the same, as far as that's concerned.
How many hits do you take, you stupid monkey?
At least as far as I know, anyways.
Gotcha. The more I look into... I guess one casting choice I wasn't I kind of jokingly predicted and said, I could see Matt Mercer playing Prince Demand, and when it was, you know, when they uploaded on Twitter that, yeah, Matt Mercer, he'll be playing Prince Demand. Like, damn, my fortune came true.
Oh, he's red, which means he's almost
Fuck!
dead.
Oh yeah.
No!
Hmm.
So close.
Ouch.
I remember when Tristan had
Jedi spin attack
in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge compared Shoddy to Piccolo.
Mm-hmm.
Was she hot? No, she kind of looked more like. He kind of looked more like Piccolo.
Oh.
Oh, come on!
Speaking of shoddy, and by speaking of shoddy, I more specifically mean speaking of Borat. And speaking of Borat, speaking of Sacha Baron Cohen, was anybody watching when Ironheart had Sacha Baron Cohen show up as Mephisto?
Want to.
Who the fuck was expecting that?
Why would I want to watch reviews?
Why? Well, yeah, that's a very good question, but
I couldn't be bothered to watch anything modern Marvel these days.
The same woman who was like, please talk down to me, teacher, so I may be inspired. Yeah, because that's how motivation works.
The kids have been here. They've left their mark.
And people still want to say, oh, it's because you're racist, you don't like Riri. Oh, the same
the worst part is
the same woman who stole the same woman who stole Stark Tech told her own teacher to talk down to her so she can be inspired. And in the show sold the test answers. And
that was in the movie, but yeah.
And doesn't even bother actually trying to work electronics to make them work, and just
Anybody else remember? Hey, why was the suit that both of the suits that are in Ironheart, sorry, all of the Ironheart suits, whether they're the one that Riri made in her garage, or the one that she made with help from Wakanda, or if it's the one she made for the show, none of it is nearly as impressive as what Tony Stark built in a cave with scraps.
They want to argue it's because the scraps are actually parts of his own tech. That's why.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I'm not giving up
like
that easily.
So here's the thing.
Another brilliant thought. So I have to run now.
Eddie Van Halen built one of the greatest guitars of all time out of literal junk.
Wait a minute.
Like, he built it out of it was a factory second neck, a factory second body, and electronics that he scavenged from other broken instruments. That's what went into Frankenstein the first time around, right?
Yep.
And I routinely see,
shit.
like...
It's already 8:30. I'm calling it an
alright. Take care, man. I routinely see, like, companies like Gibson, Fender, ESP, Edwards, well, that's ESP, but, like, all kinds of companies putting out Schecter, putting out
Welcome
guitars
back to the amusement
that
park.
are
I've been expecting you, but we're not here to have
far
fun.
less
This is all about payback.
musically
You've ruined my
impressive
plans one too many times.
than the thing that Eddie
You've
Van
captured some
Halen
of
built
my
in his
soldiers,
garage with a
and in
box full
return,
of scraps.
I've decided to take your little friends. If you want
It's
them
the
back,
same
you have
thing
to play a
that
simple game
that
of
goes
hide and
into.
seek.
It's
You
like
see,
if you're
I'll give you
good at
Professor
what you
and Natalie
do,
somewhere in the park, and it's your job to find them before something terrible
it doesn't
happens.
matter what you're working
The soldiers
with.
in the area are
To
angry
some extent.
and ready for retaliation, and I won't be responsible for their actions. Take a look around. I fixed up the park just for you. Are you ready for the ride of
Tony
your life?
Stark mailed this in a cave with a box of scrap.
Yeah.
Even though it was his own technology that in his own scrap and under his own, property, and his own company, he built it in a cave.
Yeah, that's how it sounds like whenever they try to argue that.
I'm going for it.
Fucking monkey.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna call it one for the night.
Eh.
'Cause it's
God
getting
damn.
late.
Yep.
So next time on Ape Escape, I'm gonna try to get through this final area.
Nah, I'm gonna try and figure out
You'll
how to
beat the
get through
area.
here and save this game.
Let's go and save our data. Alright. That'll be it for me. So we'll see you next week for me being on the main channel playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Doors remake. Gizmo, what will you be doing?
If I could manage to make the Wii work again and as well as the capture settings for my consoles, I'm gonna be streaming something on the Wii.
Neat. And you, Alex?
I'm probably gonna be doing more Last of Us Part 2.
Oh no, you poor soul.
Oh lord.
So until then, toodaloo.